you very much. Let me grab this. I'm Derek Douglas. I'm the president of the Civic Committee and the Commercial Club of Chicago. And I represent a group of business leaders in the city that's focused on trying to address challenges that our city faces. And I want to start by saying how appreciative I am of being invited into this room. The work that you all are doing, what I've been hearing, just listening to the remarks, and the impact you're having is absolutely incredible. And it's inspiring for me to hear it. And I know that for many of you, you've been working on these issues for years, if not decades. And the business community is new. We're kind of the new kid on the block coming to this area for the first time. And I want you to know, and part of why I'm here is to send the clear message that we're here now. And we're committed to being part of this partnership, part of this collaboration for the long run, and identifying ways in which the business community can help to enhance, build, scale, grow all the work that you are doing, and fill some of the gaps that may exist where the business community is uniquely positioned to do so, like jobs. To that end, at the Civic Committee, we formed a task force. It's being led by Jim Crown, one of our CEOs, and the objective of the task force is to figure out what are the things that the business community can do and bring to the table to be part of this broader coalition working to address this issue of violence that's plaguing our city. And in putting together the work of the task force, we've been working for a couple of months. We've been meeting with and learning from groups and learning about the various work. We've talked to CRED, we've talked to MFS, we've talked to people on the government side, and we're learning about all the work that's happening and ways in which the business community can partner. And we're thinking about how can we leverage our funding resources, how can we leverage our people and capacity to help, how can we bring jobs to the table, but also how can we use our voice and our platform to both shine a spotlight on the work that's happening and to call out areas where more needs to be done. And so at the end of the day, we're working on this. We hope to come out with some ideas in the coming months. But what we really are interested in is forming a broad partnership, a broad table where we're all working as you are now, joining that collaboration, where we're working towards a common vision, a common agenda, where we all know we have a role to play. No one group can solve this issue on their own, but working together, we can solve this issue. The business community, I'm here today to say we're committed, we're here, we're going to be with you all the way, and we really appreciate you inviting us in to be part of the partnership. Now with that, I'm going to turn it over to my good friend, Jack Lavin, who's the president and CEO of the Chicagoland Chamber of Commerce.
Thank you, Derek, and I think we can finally say good afternoon. I want to thank Derek and his partnership. I'm Jack Lavin, President and CEO of the Chicagoland Chamber of Commerce, and I really appreciate you inviting me here today. I'm grateful to hear all these updates about the incredible work that you're doing to improve the quality of life in Chicago and create opportunity, and I look forward to continued dialogue and partnership. As the independent voice of the Chicago business community representing over 1,000 businesses, the Chamber not only supports the city's economic backbone, but also seeks to empower and convene our city's business and civic community to help navigate the grandest challenges of the day. And the grandest challenge of today is clear: it's public safety. In recent months, we've been able to convene conversations not only with our members and small businesses throughout Chicago and other business groups like the Civic Committee, but also with the mayor and the Cook County Board President, the Chief Judge, the State's Attorney, the Police Superintendent, but most importantly, the countless violence prevention specialists from the nonprofit and academic community, many of you here today, the Institute for Nonviolence, the University of Chicago Crime Lab, CRED, READY, many others, Northwestern, working with you, and many of you are here today, and this helps us as business leaders understand what's going on in the front lines and what are the solutions and where the business community can best make a difference. What's become clear throughout the course of these conversations is three things. First, there's a dire need for more transparency and accountability and use of data within our public safety institutions and our response to violent crime in Chicago. Secondly, we must leverage best practices from the business community, such as data gathering, information sharing, management, and job training, to help modernize and professionalize our policing practices. And lastly, and most importantly, we need to get at the root causes of crime by spurring neighborhood economic development and have investments like Discover, and Watiz is going to mention in a minute, 500 jobs in Chatham, Blue Cross Blue Shield of Illinois, 500 job call center, creating opportunity and jobs. We need to scale up community violence prevention efforts such as many of you are doing here today. We need to scale them up and have sustainable funding. And then we need to promote robust youth and summer job programs to create opportunities for upward mobility. We had a great presentation by Arnie Duncan and CRED, and one of the grads of CRED, just like we had earlier today, and it was a powerful story to our board and the business community, and that means they heard a message loud and clear on what we need to do. All of these elements require coordinated, structured, and a sustainable approach. We have a funding cliff from the ARPA money. We need to find that sustainable funding to make sure these programs on the front line continue to create opportunity, to create wealth, and to create hope and jobs. And we, as I stand here, the business community, are committed to all of these areas: transparency, accountability, best practices, but most importantly, advocating for sustained long-term funding for these programs so we can create jobs and hope and opportunity. So it's clear the appetite is there. Chicago's business leaders are ready, willing, and able to roll up their sleeves and be a true partner to help move the city forward. Derek just spoke. We are meeting consistently and coordinating among all the business groups throughout the city. And we are here to say we are committed. We're going to work with you. We're going to roll up our sleeves and be a true partner. So I also want to make sure I thank you for all the work you're doing now, today, to make Chicago a better place. And we look forward to an ongoing collaboration and partnership as we look for ways to make sure the business community is involved in these solutions and advocating and working with you. Thank you again for having me today. And I'd like to introduce Watiz Gathings from Discover, and she's going to talk about what Discover is doing.
Thank you, Jack. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm so excited to be here with you all today. My name is Watiz Gathings, and I work for Discover Financial Services. About 2 years ago, Discover announced our intent to bring 1,000 jobs to the south side of the city. We were able to select the awesome facility in the heart of Chatham on 87th and Cottage Grove, and that couldn't have been a better decision we've made in the history of Discover. So far, we've been able to hire 500 local residents. 92% of them, thank you. 92% of our team members live within 5 miles of our facility. So they're coming from neighborhoods that all of us work very hard to support. And while we know that 1,000 jobs is important, those things don't matter if we can't ensure the safety for our residents so that they can not only have their foundational needs met. And so while Discover, our expertise is in the lane of finance, it's equally important that we care about these things too. So we stand with Derek and Jack in making sure that we do our part to show up as employers so that participants like Keon have opportunities and jobs as they go through programs that are so critical like Chicago Cred. So in addition to our jobs that we offer at Discover, we also ensure pathways to a bright financial future through college assistance. We have a proud partnership with Chicago State that every employee that we have at Discover will have the opportunity from day one of employment to not only get college access, but their books, tuition, and fees are paid for on day one. Our goal is not just to put jobs in the city and create window dressing. We want to make sure we're building meaningful pathways into bright careers. Of the 500 people we've hired, 432 of them have been promoted. 150 of them have been promoted multiple times. But all of those things are only possible through the partnership and the acceptance that you guys have had of the business committee. So I'm grateful that you guys do all the hard work every single day. As Derek mentioned earlier, it's about time that the business community steps up and do our part. So we're grateful to be welcome into the neighborhood, and we can't wait to continue our partnership, but also using Discover's full platform to not only share our story, but let other business leaders know that adding jobs to the South and West Side is one of the best things you can do for your corporation. It increases your perspective. It adds elements to your diversity, but more importantly, there's a rich and very talented talent pipeline that we're so grateful to benefit from at Discover. So thank you guys for having us, and we really look forward to the future partnership.
Thank you so much. Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all.